Hello, my dear students. Today we will learn through this video the poem Spider and the Fly by Mary Botham Howitt. This poem, The Spider and the Fly, is a fable about a fly that first appeared in Howitt's collection Stretches of Natural History. It's a series of poems to educate children about the realities of the world. So this poem also educates its audience, its readers about not to be lured into the temptation and flattery by the wily and shrewd predators who abound in society. Howitt uses a parable to tell the poem where the fly and the spider behave, just like human beings. So here the spider is metaphorically representing willy people who exist in the society, and the fly representing silly people. This poem narrates children a very simple tale through conversation between the spider and the fly. The spider is hungry and wants to eat the fly, and the fly knows the danger of entering the spider's web. She knows that those who enter the web never come out. Even then, she is tempted to come close to the web of the spider and is caught by the spider and carried inside his web. And obviously, the fly is eaten. Now I will tell you that how he tries to lure the fly. The spider tries to convince the fly to come up to his web, and he invites, saying that he has the very prettiest parlor. But the fly replies that those who do so never return back, means those who go in your parlor never comes back. So no, I won't come. Now the spider tries to lure the fly by giving her the offer of his comfortable bed. But this time also the fly replies that those who sleep on your bed never wake again. Now then he gave the temptation of the delicacies, the very good dishes, the good food which are cooked in his pantry. He said that you come and have the very good food which are prepared in my pantry, but at this also she refuses. Now the spider thought and thought how to lure this fly. Then the spider now proclaims his affection for the fly. He welcomes her inside his pantry. But as I told that she has refused to go inside that. Now he thought, and he tries to please her vanity. He calls her wings very beautiful and her eyes are brilliant. He gives her a chance to look at herself in his mirror. He offered a very big mirror also to her, that you come and see that how beautiful you are. The fly is flattered and promises to return another day. The spider goes into his den and sets his dining table. He is very happy now and very confident that yes, now the fly will definitely come the another day, and he is totally flattened. She is totally flattened by him. Then the spider comes back to his door and sings in her praise. After preparing all his dining table, he has come back to the door and started singing a song in the praise of fly. The fly is flattered now, being praised by spider for her wings and her eyes. She is totally flattered. She comes closer to his web, thinking what of her beautiful wings, eyes, and of course of crested head. Now when she came near, and then the spider captures her and takes her inside his parlor. The fly meets a tragic end. Obviously she is eaten by the spider. Here's a message, children, that all the children reading this story are thus cautioned against flatterers. So, what is the message? The spider and the fly depicts a very common human weakness of being easily enticed by flattery. The spider cordially invites the fly into his parlor and promising interesting things to see, like I told you, beautiful parlor, prettiest parlor, comfortable bed, food to eat, right? The fly, even being aware of a spider's cunningness, falls into his trap. The poet is suggesting us that we should have a very strong willpower and never pay heed to evil counselors. So the poet, advises all her readers not to be fooled by flattering words that any cunning person can use to tempt them to do something. One should have a strong control also over oneself, because the self is hungry for praise and adulation, and it is tempted by the flattery it receives. And young people, especially the teenagers, don't understand often the layers of human personality. That's why it is very necessary for the young ones to know that a person may not really mean what they say. Not everyone who praises you is a real well wisher. You should always remember that everyone who is praising you is not a real well wisher. It is probable that people praise us and shower us with adulation in order to make us believe a thing that is not true. A strong person is that who stands undeterred and unshaken in the face of praise or criticism. So, what the poet is suggesting? Suggesting, especially the kids, children, kids, to not trust strangers or words of flattery, as they may be a trap for them. This is the theme of the poem. The Spider and the Fly is a poem about the dangers of flattering words. The tale here makes it clear that wicked men use sweet words to lure innocent and gullible people. Gullible people means the people who can easily be persuaded or convinced. So, sweet words are used by the wicked men to lure innocent and gullible people for their evil design, for their evil desires and evil design. And Mary Howitt depicts that flattery is so powerful that people return to it even after knowing its consequences. The fly states repeatedly that she has often heard many tales of the poor victims that go up to the winding stairs or to your parlor or rest upon the spider's web but never return. But you can see that the spider has a great deal of experience in attracting creatures to its web. The spider knows the power that flattery over someone. That what? Sorry, the spider knows the power of flattery has over someone, and thus he's sure that fly would return to its den. And for this, as I told you, he tries several temptation, and he saved his best bait for the last. He very artfully makes use of flattering words to bring the fly back again. When the spider says, one line is there in this, the spider calls her sweet and exclaims, "How handsome are your gauzy wings! How brilliant are your eyes!" Here, the fly's parting words indicates that she has been carried away with the spider's flattering words. The fly parts with the words indicating that she will return. And what are these parting words? "And bidding you good morning now, I'll call another day." These parting words indicating that she is now carried away with the flattering words and she would be joining him the another day. So at this point, the spider goes inside his den and weave a subtle web, a very secret web, which is not noticeable, because he realizes that he has successfully flattered and deceived one another foolish, poor thing. Thus, the poet, telling us caution the people into falling into a trap laid through the use of flattery or false offer of help, friendship, other enticements like money. So we have to be very very alert from from these flatterers. So now children, this is all about the summary and theme of the poem with the moral. And now in the next video, we will continue the line-wise explanation of the poem. Thank you and take care.